Welcome to the State of the Market for Law Firm Sales in 7 minutes. My name is Jeremy Poock, and I lead Senior Attorney Match. In today's episode, it's our Take Two episode of the importance of trust transfer when selling a law firm. So let's jump right into it. For the foreseeable future, we are going to be in what we call Law Firm Sales 1.0. In Law Firm Sales 1.0, the purchase price is based upon an earnout price where that payment, that is the buying law firm, what are they purchasing from a selling lawyer or law firm? What they're purchasing is the value that comes out of a senior attorney's client list and referral source list, plus goodwill, subject matter knowledge, and digital value. The primary components in Law Firm Sales 1.0 that deals with that earnout price is the client list. When it comes to how do we transfer the clients from a senior attorney's firm to a growing law firm, that is, how do we transfer that all important value chip of a senior attorney's practice, the client list, to the law firm that is succeeding to a senior attorney's practice. And here we're focusing on is senior attorneys that are selling their practices by joining growing law firms. That vehicle for transferring the clients to growing law firms is what we call trust transfer. Senior attorneys have developed significant trust with all of their clients over the course of their careers. Their clients come to them over and over again, and they refer business to senior attorneys because they trust them. When senior attorneys join growing law firms, the value proposition is that the senior attorney trusts the lawyers at the firm that the senior attorney has joined. And then by explaining to their long-term clients that I trust these lawyers at the firm that I have joined, you can trust them as well. Hence, the clients are transferred via that trust transfer to the lawyers at growing law firms. Now that we are in the digital age, okay, and what we call the 3.0 digital era for law firms, trust transfer can now be supersized. That is pre-2020, really pre-Google, when lawyers were selling their law firms, the trust transfer would happen old school. That is lunches, breakfasts, dinners, coffees, that is in person. Now that we are in this 3.0 digital age, digital era that is for law firms, trust transfer can happen via Zoom meetings, 15-minute Zoom meetings, or longer, of course, of introducing your clients to the lawyers at the law firms that you join. In addition, lawyers are able to transfer their trust via multiple means of digital marketing. They can be connecting with their clients vis-a-vis the new firms that they've joined on LinkedIn. They can be sending out blogs and setting up blogs and even vlogs via the digital marketing campaigns that the firms that they join offer, that really most senior attorneys have not adopted and probably will not adopt when it comes to digital marketing for their firms. And the growing law firms that they join often have adopted and are very interested to digitally market to the clients that senior attorneys bring to their firms. In terms of how does trust transfer actually happen? There are three examples of how senior attorneys transfer the trust of their clients to the lawyers at the new firms that they join. An example of that trust transfer is in person, right? That is inviting clients into the office and introducing clients both to new partners at the firms where senior attorneys join, and also what we'll explain next is that trust transfer in person also happens to your key employees that join you as well. It should not be understated that when senior attorneys join growing law firms, they're often joining with their key employees who they would have wanted to sell their law practices to, but those key employee lawyers, they often don't want to purchase your practice, and they often can't afford to either. But they're seen as tremendous benefits, tremendous assets together with the senior attorney, and they're joining those growing law firms as well. So that in-person trust transfer also happens with your key employee that join your key employee lawyers, that is, that join you at the new firm that you join, and you're transferring that trust in person in the office to them. Another example of trust transfer is via Zoom. In today's 3.0 digital era, trust transfer via Zoom works beautifully. That is, we have all acclimated ourselves very quickly to interacting, speaking, and of course, seeing each other in the Zoomosphere, whether that's Zoom or Teams or some other form of digital video interaction. Well, that lends itself so well to trust transfer. When our clients are joining growing law firms and they want to be introducing their clients to lawyers at the firms that they join, it is a very easy and accommodating um, way to transfer that trust via Zoom. And often those meetings can be pretty short. That is, senior attorney says, I've just joined this firm. I want to introduce you to my new partners here, Steve and Maria. And Steve and Maria practice in the same area that I practice in for a number of years. You're in good hands with them. If you don't mind, I'm going to log off of the Zoom meeting right now, and you'll continue speaking with Steve and Maria. It works. The other flavor of this is that when senior attorneys join growing law firms and their key employee attorneys continue with the senior attorneys at that firm, Zoom also lends itself to really reintroduce your clients to your key employees, but now in a different way. Saying we all joined this new firm. You've known John and Kara for years. They work with me for years. Well, now they're at this new firm as well, and you're in great hands with them. I'm going to sign off right now, and you'll continue speaking, interacting, and they'll be representing you. Another example of trust transfer is via social media, and that is connecting with your clients via all different forms of social media. Pre-2020, many lawyers still today are sending out Christmas cards, holiday cards, only once a year to interact with their clients. Well, in the 3.0 digital era, we're able, and senior attorneys are able, to send out LinkedIn notices, connect with their clients on LinkedIn and other means of social media. Just as one example of a recent client, our client joined a growing firm. She has a list of about 1,000 clients on her list, sent an announcement via Constant Contact. The open rate was 80%. In the legal industry, we're lucky to normally get 20%. Why was it an 80% open rate? It's because of that tremendous trust transfer. So for today's buzzer beater, when it comes to the importance of trust transfer when selling a law firm, we need to recognize that we are in law firm sales 1.0 for the foreseeable future, and particularly for the boomer attorneys where their primary value of their practice is based upon their client list as well as their referral source list. How does that primary source of value get transferred to the firms that senior attorneys join? It's transferred via trust transfer. They're transferring the trust of their clients to the attorneys and the lawyers at the firms that they join. There are three examples of how trust transfer happens in the marketplace: in person, via Zoom, and via social media. In today's 3.0 digital era, for law firms, trust transfer is now supersized. It can be done in person. It can really be leveraged in digital means, whether that is meetings via Zoom, those are notices, which can be done via tweets, via LinkedIn posts, via podcasts that can be recorded and distributed to your client list, all different kinds of ways that we are connecting with each other digitally in today's digital era. And finally, when it comes to thinking, why is it that growing law firms, why do they want and need senior attorney-led practices? It's because senior attorneys have 5 components of value that they need. The client list and the referral source being primary among them, plus goodwill, subject matter knowledge, and digital value. We think of these 5 components as windmills. What is going to make the turbines of these windmills? What is going to make them turn and generate the power? And what is that power? That power is the revenues that come from the clients of the senior attorneys. That wind, that fuel that fuels these wind turbines is the transfer of the trust from the senior attorneys who join growing law firms. And the more wind that is developed translates into more revenues, which adds more value to a senior attorney's practice in terms of being able to monetize it. And actually, if we subtract the D from wind, we actually get to win. And it results in really three wins. And those wins are the win for the senior attorney to sell his or her practice, the win for the growing law firm to acquire this great business and new clients and new referral sources in particular, and a tremendous win for clients that they know that they will have continuity of representation by competent lawyers who can continue representing those clients for years to come. And that is today's state of the market for law firm sales in a bit more than 7 minutes.